Greetings and salutations. It is I, Johnny of the Wizard Cast, and you are listening to episode number 4, season 3 of the Who the Evan Is I podcast. And this episode is recorded at Collins Park in Miami Beach. I am amongst the elephant trees, and if you've never seen elephant trees, I mean, they're just some of the most majestic trees I've ever seen. I mean, they make the redwood trees kind of look small, and I don't mean it from a size factor, because the redwood trees are big and huge, but for me it's like you're maybe a 1,000 feet from the ocean, and these trees are so massive that you wonder, how did they root up with the sand so close? I don't know, like it's amazing, and it's beautiful. I mean, there's lizards and birds and all different types of wildlife here, and it's a beautiful day, and the grass feels really good on my naked lower legs and feet. And how are you doing today? 7 days of success we talked about yesterday, right? Start now. Did Johnny ever make it into the recording studio yesterday? I didn't. I got caught up with some work action and just doing stuff that I needed to take care of, some self-care, and I didn't make it. But the one thing I did do this morning, I woke up early this morning, did a little meditation with my lady lover, and drove her to work, and then I went to the natural gym. There's a little natural gym in a park north, like on 61st and Collins. Went there, did a little workout, did a little more meditation, dove a little deeper, set some intentions, went back to our palace, grabbed my gear, and then headed to the Miami Beach Public Library. And I got here right when they opened up there, right at 9:30. And although the recording studio doesn't open up until 10 a.m. over at the UMake studio, I was able to work on some other business things before then, strategizing my day, working on what needs to get done. And I just finished, vocals on the 2 tracks that needed them. It's About Time and Where Are We Going, the Master Strange theme song. So, yeah, I'm moving the needle. I guess the first and foremost, most important thing that I guess I did yesterday was I threaded the needle. But now I'm moving that needle, and I'm stitching a quilt of quality, excitement, and delightment. And man, as cool as VR and augmented reality is, like, you just don't get what I'm getting right now. The smells, they just cut the grass, so it's like that fresh cut grass smell, and I know my allergies might kick in a little bit, but regardless, it's worth it. Just hearing the sounds of nature, with a mild influx of traffic in the background, and just embracing all that is life and living. I think all too often we get caught up with AI and VR and all that stuff. What about AI, like actual intelligence, and AR, actual reality? I mean, for me, I could just be chilling out here, just like that little pigeon. I mean, I wouldn't be bobbing my head like the way the pigeon is, like looking for like ants and worms and stuff like that. I'd probably hit Publix and grab some sushi to go, because Tim over at the Bay Roads Publix makes some bomb-ass sushi. But nonetheless, yeah. So I'm just in my zone right now. I have a beautiful brunch to go home to and continue with my day. I'm working on a slideshow for tonight's performance over at the Lotus House for the Littles. These kids put so much heart and soul over the past couple of weeks into singing and drawing, and it's been a great time. So I'm looking forward to them and them showcasing their work. And evolving, you know. I'm also really excited to get home later on tonight and kind of work with these tracks I recorded here today over at the Miami Beach Public Library, because straight up, you know, a lot of people don't realize all the resources available, and I know I've shared it with a bunch of y'all. And I guess it's kind of like shooting myself in the foot. If I share it with too many people, then maybe there won't be space for me to come in here and slide in here and record my stuff. But such is life. I'd rather share it and deal with it than keep it all to myself, and then people aren't enjoying the magic, because it truly is magical. Anyway, it's Friday, and so what do y'all got going on? You know, I know for myself, I've got a busy weekend planned. That there's a meditation experience on Saturday over at another library, and this is pretty cool. It's like a 4-hour meditation festival experience type thing. Then on Sunday, the Adrian Art Center, I think there's probably still free tickets available to the Art and Wellness event, and I'm excited to see what that is. Plus, there's also serendipity. Like, what else is going to come my way? I don't know. I'm open to it all. I mean, who knows? I mean, the past couple days, I've spoken to the possibility of me just getting a ticket and being carted up to season 50 season finale for Master Strange to get hoisted above the cast and crew with Lorne Michaels as we create the cliffhanger. But right now I'm not putting a lot of energy into that. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, then that's another timeline, and I'm enjoying the one I'm on. That being said, enjoyment. Sometimes, and I was realizing this morning, we get so stuck in our comfort zone, right? We get into a rhythm of comfort, and with comfort, I don't find growth. So it's like, the Pink Floyd song, I've become comfortably numb. Yeah, like, people do get comfortably numb when they get stuck into their modality, and when they're just, I don't know, seeking just the comfort, which, hey, listen, with everything I've gone through the past 5 years, like, yeah, I do like to enjoy the comfort. But I'm cognizant enough to know when comfort supersedes growth and development, and that's why I woke up, thrust out of bed this morning, made the bed as meticulously and nicely as I could, drove my lady friend to work, because she's not a girl, she's a woman. I mean, I could call her a woman friend too. But nonetheless, and then I went to work out a little bit. It wasn't intense, just enough to get the gears going and the pistons flowing and all that stuff. And then I had to get to the recording studio to knock off the thing that I promised myself the other day that I would do. So I did it, but now I gotta replace that one with something else to do. So 7 days of success, it's kind of like a relay race. So day one, it's the day of fun, right? You get to just blurt out, hey, this is what I'm working on, right? And so that's cool. I'm working on recording my EP, but just recording the EP isn't enough. There's so much work that has to be done. I was talking to my friend Indy, who's over in Paris, France, and she's a recording artist, and she just dropped a track, Metal. If you're on the Spotify or Apple Music or all the other platforms, you can check it out. But nonetheless, we were just talking, and there's a whole back behind the scenes, this catalog of things to do when you drop a single, and you've got to do, like, if you're in the music business and you really want to do this as a career professionally, you've got to treat it like a business. And this is the crazy thing, like, you don't get paid off the jump doing this stuff, so it's like your time is worth something. Don't get me wrong. And my recommendation is log your time, so you can see how much work and effort you're putting into this thing. And if you wonder why things don't go out, you can go back and say, oh, well, I only put an hour into this, and most people put 3 hours. Or you can say, oh, I didn't put any time into it. Or wait, maybe I put 17 hours and it should have only taken me 15 minutes. Like, treating the artistic realm as a business can be challenging for me specifically, because I don't want to think about anything but the creation when I'm in that flow. I don't want to have to worry about taking out the trash. I don't want to worry about putting the stuff into the dryer out of the washing machine. I don't want to worry about breathing. I just want everything to be like second nature and effortlessly. But when you're an independent artist, that's not always reality. So I've been working very diligently for quite some time, probably all my life, to find a synergy between the two, because I know that I can do both, be the businessman and be the showman, but it's got to have the greatest flow, man, in between, and I'm working on that. And man, I'm going to take a photo right now, and this won't be the cover of my podcast. My podcast was the photo I took before I laid down in the grass. But I just took one now, just as you look up and see the tree branches protecting me from the sun. A little bit of sun pocket coming through, a couple clouds in the distance. It's just a nice feeling. And the oxygen just feels so much more pure. Oh, there's a nice little lens flare. Okay, I'll use this one for tomorrow, because the sun's playing nice with me. And rotating the camera will sometimes get you a different lens flare. And if you don't know what a lens flare is, it's like when you see like a sunburst or something in the camera, the lens's flare gets reflecting the light. Yeah, I am telling myself, Johnny, you need to continually put stuff out on the calendar, but then celebrate it. I don't celebrate enough when I get things done. And yesterday I uploaded the track for my littles over at the Lotus House, albeit it didn't come out as great as I wanted it to, but I mean, we weren't recording in a recording studio, so there's that, so there's a lot of different variables. And I think that when you appreciate just what you have just for what it is, then life is more magical. It's like, for years and years and years, I was so conditioned to do what the instructions were and how things were supposed to be, that I forgot about exploratory time and breaking the rules. And I put that with an asterisk, because if my offspring ever do listen to this, I go, "Oh, Dad, you broke the rules." Yeah, but I knew the rules before I broke them, and I didn't break them without the intention of not regularly breaking them. Like, there's certain rules you just don't break. Like, a good example is jaywalking. I think everyone's jaywalked across the street. Some people make it part of their habit. I personally do not. I do not like to jaywalk. But sometimes, when it doesn't make sense to stand there and the light's broken or something like that and there's no cars coming, then you walk. Or finding a place that's a better path across the street, because really sometimes crosswalks are put in a logical, ideal space. So, yeah, critical thinking, yes, that's the subject matter. Critical thinking. Are we thinking? I mean, I loved video games when I was a kid, and I guess I did get that addictive bug where I just had to keep playing, had to get to the level, especially when you're in school and your friends are like, "Did you beat it yet?" And then you feel the pressure like, "Oh shit, I gotta beat it, because then I gotta go back to school on Monday and tell them, yeah, I did beat it," And I think that's where, when you get to your later years in life, that you worry less about the opinion of others and more about the quality of life that you have for yourself and those in your inner circle, as opposed to when you're younger, like, it's all about the institution, like all about the school, and you feel like you have to carry yourself a certain way, because if you're not, then people will say, "Oh, well, this person's that and this person's this." And the best piece of advice I give any of my offspring or anyone out there that's a younger soul, like, whatever age you are, especially if you're in your teens or your early 20s, most of the people in your life at that age probably won't be anywhere near you 30 years from then. Like, I think about where I am right now. Specifically, I am in Miami Beach, Florida, and I don't know many people from 1992 that are here in Miami Beach at this given moment. I do believe there's like one or two people that I went to school with that are in Miami somewhere. But are they gonna come pop out and go like, yo, what's up, dude? I might run into them. I don't know. Do they shop at Whole Foods? Do they shop at Publix? Do they shop at Aldi's? Where do they shop? Who knows? You know, there's so many more options, so many more choices, which make it really enjoyable. And even people I worked with 10 years ago, I don't run into. So there's that. But the person I run into every night and every morning is the man in the mirror. And I was looking at a photo of my son, Tyler, when he was maybe 10 months old. Yeah, it had to have been right around 10 months. Let's see, March, good, November. Yeah, 8 months old, maybe. And he was crawling around on the floor in a hotel, and he was so amazed by the mirror, the reflection in the mirror. And as I wind down this podcast, as I look into the mirror at the night and I look into the mirror in the morning, if the reflection's not smiling back at me, not ecstatic and overjoyed with the opportunities of things to come and things I've endured and experienced, well, that's on me, because I make the man in the mirror come to life, just as you make the person in your mirror come to life. And when you meditate on that and focus clearer, well, that's when the magic comes out of the mirror. So you get what you give. The new radicals are more than radical, and so are you. Thank you for listening, and it's been 17 minutes and 40 seconds of pure Johnny heavenly magic, and I hope you've taken some nuggets out of it. But don't forget to share. Call the cool line, 650-383-7469, and drop a voice message if you got something to share with Johnny. Oh, speaking of which, I got something to share with you. So what I put down on my card, and I'm focusing on this, and I'm going to say at the end of every episode, and I'm going to focus on this for 7 days now. So today will really be day one of 7 days. I wrote down on my card, I'm making all the money I need by playing music from the Soul Pilot and selling merch. And then on the back, I wrote down $72,000 net. If I can make $72,000 net a year, I'm good. All right. Actually, I'm great. I'm fantastic. I'm awesome. And so are you. What did you write down on your card? If you didn't write anything on your card, maybe you didn't listen to episode 3 of season 3. So starting now, you can go back and listen to that. But with this one, this episode's over. But, you know, the end's always the beginning. And, you know, it's time for us to look into the mirror and make our soul defined more clear. Peace, power to your dreams. Call the cool line. Visit thewizardcast.com for all your wizardly needs, whether it be, I don't know, a website or social media, business consulting, music, audio, video, whatever you need. We got you covered. With much love, Johnny out.